Well, for the last time of the regular season this year, Rangers win, baby, 3-2 over the Washington Capitals. What a close to what felt like a really quick season. This season, I'll tell you, went by so fast. It's amazing the difference between having to watch a rebuilding team that's just on the cusp of, on the cusp of making the playoffs, maybe being here and there. It's night and day the difference. And the season just feels so much quicker when you're actually watching a competitive hockey team go out there and compete for 82 games. It is so refreshing to see it again, and I can't wait to be back at the Garden for game one of the playoffs. The lights shut down, Bob O'Reilly blast, Rangers come on the ice with Igor leading them out. I'm getting chills thinking about that place is going to be rocking. If any of you are going to game one, by the way, say what's up. I'll be in 222. But we're not here to talk about that. I'm probably going to do a preview of the series, something like that. Maybe I will. I don't know yet. Haven't decided that. If you do want to see it, let me know. Before we dive into the action, though, not that there's really much to pinpoint and talk about here. Be sure to leave a like on the video if you do enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans, as well as turn the notifications on so you know when I upload. Like I said, there's not even much to talk about. This game was very boring, very quick. There's not really much I have to say other than it was a good close to the season, and I'm not going to put too much stock into any poor things or any good things that I saw in this game. Did the Rangers have a couple of abysmal turnovers? Yes. But did they have a couple of nice plays? Yes. And one player that I do need to highlight for the first period, how about Johnny Broadway? Johnny Brzezinski, that guy was flying out the gate. He had two really good chances. He had the first chance for the Rangers in the game, and he had a really good chance later in the first period. He was just all over the ice. He was unreal. Johnny Brzezinski, the fact that he wasn't playing over Greg McKegg, Julian Gauthier, the other garbage, it's unreal. It's unreal. And if, God forbid, we do have to go to the healthy scratches in the playoffs, this is the guy that I want suited up and coming into game action. God forbid it gets that scenario. Knocking on wood there. Let's hope it doesn't. But the first period, not much happened. I mean, the Rangers had a couple bad turnovers that almost led to goals. It was a bit of a weird period. I mean, not much happened in that period, like I said. The shots in that period, which apparently doesn't want to load, shots in that period were 12-10 in favor of Washington. Like I said, it was a very weird period, and I don't know what to make of it. I mean, like I said, I'm not here to critique or, go crazy about what they did bad, what they did good. Let's just get into the goals of the game. Filipino scored in the second period. He got the first goal of the game. Scored a very weird goal. Just one that trickled by Samsonov off of a weird angle. Kakko and Schneider get the assist on it. Hedl gets his 8th of the year. That makes it a 1-0 game. And this third line, I'm just so... I don't know how to feel going into the playoffs with an all non-playoff experience lineup. I don't know how I feel about it personally, but it seems like that's what Gallant's going to be rocking with unless one of these guys go to the fourth line. But I don't know how you do that. It's going to be a weird and tough situation. A good problem to have if you're Gallant, but I don't know what he's going to do. But, I mean, that line has looked pretty solid, so it's going to be interesting to see. Unfortunately, though, yeah, a goal was scored pretty much right after. Justin Schultz from Trevor Van Riemsdyk, and yeah, this one, bad turnover by Braden Schneider, and it goes right off of Patrick Nemeth's nose also. And yeah, Schultz got that one gifted to him, and Washington ties at 1. And then all of a sudden, it becomes a quick 2-1 lead because John Carlson scores on the power play. I forgot which penalty this was, but I mean, the Rangers took a lot of dumb penalties this game. It might have been the Rooney one, but John Carlson, absolute snipe from the blue line, but at the same time, Georgiev, I mean, come on, man. Come on. I know he was screened there, but I don't know how to feel about that one. Rangers late, though, in the second period, get a goal. Alexi Lafreniere on a 2-on-1 with Ryan Strome. Schneider also picks up an apple. Beautiful give and go there, or beautiful passing play there by Strome. Gives it to Lafreniere right in the blue paint. And that's something that Gallant preaches, getting the goals in the blue paint. And how much more have we seen it since the trade deadline? Completely different team. And that's the nature of the beast in the playoffs. You're going to have to get some of these goals. Even though they might not be the flashiest, they might not be what you want to see from your number one overall pick. Yeah, we get it. But at the end of the day, look at all the teams that have made deep runs in the playoffs and how they score their goals. Excluding the power play, all the goals come in the dirty area and in the blue paint. Look at Vegas in that Stanley Cup final run with Gallant. Get to the blue paint, you get rewarded with a goal. And the Rangers really seem to preach that, and I'm a huge fan of it. And that's something that I was hoping for when we hired Gallant. And it's something that it took, for whatever reason, decades to have implemented in the Rangers game here. But I'll take it, I guess. Third period, or shots in that period, by the way, 13-12 in favor of the Rangers. Third period, not much really happened. This was a very quiet period. Well, somewhat. It was quiet in terms of, action and chances that we had. But in terms of fights, we had fights, or not fights, but scrums. We had a lot of scrums. There were 2 times where you got a bit scared with injuries. In the second period, it looked like Reeves might have got hurt after getting his feet tangled up with Tom Wilson, ironically. And Ryan Lindgren at the end of the game was limping, but he seemed okay. But Dryden Hunt scored the only goal there, and it was a filthy goal. Who knew Dryden Hunt had mitts like this? Where was this when you were on the second line, buddy? But he scores his 6th of the year from Kakko and Fox. The fact that he was playing second line minutes, though, I mean, that just shows you, though. Again, like I said last video, it makes you appreciate how much. It makes you appreciate the 52 wins more than it originally would for this year. Makes you appreciate the fact that we have 52 wins with Dryden Hunt on our second line for as many games as he was. Disgusting. Disgusting. But that was pretty much it for the game. I mean, there's not even much to talk about. I was hardly paying attention, for being honest. The Mets were on. The NFL draft was on. So I was trying to focus on everything. And to be honest, this game at the end of the day was a meaningless game for us. It was pretty much just who we're going to play. And now it's the Pittsburgh Penguins. And I'm excited. I'm very excited. I said, whoever we play, it is what it is. Because I want the Rangers. If you're going to have to play good teams at some point in the playoffs. So if you preferred an opponent, then sorry if you didn't get the one you wanted. But this is the nature of the beast here, too. There's no easy out in the playoffs. This is how it's going to go down. So I don't want to hear the nonsense. Shots in the third, 12-10 in favor of Washington. Shots in the game, 36-33 in favor of Washington. Face-off percentage, 61-39 in favor of the Rangers. The power play 0 for 2. Yeah, without Panarin, it looked very bad. I will say that. But it was without Panarin, so I'm going to try to not overreact. But the penalty kill, thankfully, did pretty good. 1 for 5 for Washington on their power play. Hits 15 apiece. Seemed more physical, the game, than that. Block shot 16 for the Capitals, 7 for the Rangers, and giveaways 28 for the Capitals, 23 for the Rangers. Yeah, the Rangers had a lot of turnovers, but again, at the end of the day, I'm not going to be mad. You didn't have Panarin, you didn't have Kopp, and I'm sure they weren't giving 100% because you don't want to risk an injury going into the playoffs. You don't want to do it. So I'm here for it. I'm happy that what seemed like everyone came out of this game healthy. So let's go. Let's go and take on Pittsburgh. In terms of each line for the game, the first line was what we've seen, what we've grown accustomed to it being: Kreider, Zibanejad, and Vetrano. They looked really good. It looked like the best line. It looked like the great line that we've seen them be ever since the trade deadline. So very happy with their performance. Kreider, it sucks that he couldn't break the record. He would have had to get a hat trick today, but I would have liked to have seen him break the record. So it did kind of suck to not see him last game and then, not score at all this game. But overall, really good game for them. Vetrano was a bit more quiet with the shots, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to be mad. He barely played tonight, and you have to figure that's just to be precautionary there. For the second line of the night, tonight it was Gaudreau, Strome, and Brzezinski, and that line actually was pretty good. Who thought Johnny Brzezinski would be that good, right? But like I said, I love Johnny Brzezinski. His game was really good. He had 4 shots and goals. Sorry for the uhs and ums. Usually I'm better than that with this. But Johnny Brzezinski, he looked really good tonight. 4 shots on goal for him. Mark Goudreau, he had a pretty bad penalty, but overall not too mad about his game. And then Strome, I thought, had a very good game picking up an apple. Third line, that, like I said, was the Lafreniere, Chytil, Kakko line. That line was really good tonight. So something to take note of. Something to take note of, because it might be the third line in the playoffs. 4 shots on goal for Lafreniere. And Filipino had a chance to set up Lafreniere for a different goal in the first period, but for whatever reason didn't. Lafreniere could have easily got 2 or 3 goals this game, but he picks up 1. He got a lot of ice time. Huge fan of what I saw from him. Chytil looked really good. He had 4 shots on goal. And we're finally seeing the Chytil that we expected from the beginning of the season. And then Kakko, he looked really good. 2 points in tonight's action for him. So I'm a huge fan of that. And then the fourth line being Reeves, Rooney, and Hunt. Meh. I mean, it is what it is. They did their job. I'm not going to be nitpicking over things they did wrong. Same thing goes with the defense. Lingard and Fox, they had a good game. Nothing to nitpick there, honestly. They just had a good game. Miller and Trouba, they had a pretty solid game. Trouba had that weird play where his skate got messed up, but thankfully Vetrano made up for that there. But Trouba had 4 shots on goal. And then Miller, he looked good. I like their game. Nemeth and Schneider. Patrick Nemeth, the problem is you can't really play anyone over him. You can't. Jones did not look solid last game, and you don't want to just feed him to the Wolves. Braun hasn't looked too great. So Nemeth is going to be an interesting story in the playoffs, because I'm scared. I won't lie. I'm scared for every shift Patrick Nemeth takes in the playoffs. I'm scared. Georgiev, he had a really good game. He made some big saves, stopping Tom Wilson on a breakaway. He had another breakaway stop in the first period, I think it was. Love what I saw from him. Let's get to Twitter, though. I mean, I don't think there's going to be much. Yeah, New York Style 24 with the only thing. That's all, folks. 52 wins. What a season. What a season indeed. You play it best, put it simple, and that's really pretty much it. I do want to say, before we end things here, though, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and being here throughout all 82 games of the season. There were times where I questioned, am I really going to be able to upload for 82 games and get every game uploaded and everything? But I managed to do it, even the times where I was busy, even the times where I was at Met games and then I'd watch the Ranger games later. There were so many times and, situations where I thought, am I really going to be able to recap every game? And here I am, and I somehow did it. And I just want to thank you guys so much for the support. Last year was a bit of a rocky season, being my first season doing this thing. So, and I didn't get every game up, so it was a bit weird. But this year, got every game up, and things were a lot more smooth, especially throughout the season. Things just got easier and easier. It just became something that I got into a rhythm to, and it just, you guys supported me. It really meant a lot, and it really showed me that I'm doing a great job here. So I really do appreciate the support. I love every single one of you guys. All of you that have subscribed recently, liked, whether this is your first video, whether you've been here for all 82 games of the season, whether you've been here since last season. I really do appreciate all of you. The support and the growth has been unreal. Can't wait for the playoffs here. Like I said, Game 1 vlog might happen, but either way, I'm going to be recapping every single game for the playoffs. You guys know that. I'm going to be here, and can't wait to do this thing. Can't wait. I'm so excited. Been forever since the playoffs, and I've been looking forward to this for a very long time. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like on it. Subscribe if you guys are new, and then turn notifications on, of course. Thank you guys so much for riding along with me for all 82 games. And Pittsburgh Penguins, see you in the playoffs. Let's go Rangers, baby.